Hey YouTube, Rider0 here today with a review of the Juden Sentai Kyoryuger GabuRevolver. This is the weapon and changer device for this year's Sentai team. Normally with my reviews, if you've watched any of them ever before, I normally start with the box before we get into the actual toy or whatever itself. This time around, we're not going to do that. The reason being is because I actually got the DX set that came with the GabuRevolver as well as the revolver, and the box is freaking huge. And for my setup, unless I like hold the camera myself and make it all shaky and wibbly wobbly, it's really not going to look good. It's going to be a big, huge plastic window of nothingness. So if you really want to take a look at the box, there's plenty of pictures of it online. You can view it at any of the major Japanese retailers. Check out the reviews from Dawson Rider and Shukun Shinobi. They both had the box for just the revolver itself. But I don't, so I'm not going to show the box this time. We're just going to jump right into the actual toy itself. So this is what you get in the box with the, if you just get the revolver, you get the actual revolver itself and the two Judenchi, which is the beast batteries. Probably just going to call them beast batteries from here on out because it's easier to pronounce. I will go ahead and also kind of say this ahead of time. The pronunciations you're going to hear from me are probably not going to be 100% accurate, so if that is a big issue for you and you have a problem with it, you should probably go ahead and stop now. If you don't mind mispronunciations, then continue watching. Or just continue watching anyway, and you can talk crap about it later on. So, again, as you see here, you get the two batteries. You get the battery for Kyoryu Red, which is the GabuTira. And then you get the battery for Kyoryu Pink. Well, one of her batteries. This one is actually the Stymero. This is not her changer or main Henshin battery. This is the one that comes with the actual revolver. I'm not sure which set that her battery will come with. So if anybody knows, actually leave a comment. That'd be cool to know. So the batteries are this year's gimmick to go along with, cards from previous years. The keys from Gokaiger. These are this year's keys, I guess you could say. There already is one set out for the Judenchi, and there's another one coming out in March. And then so far, all of the roleplay gear comes with the battery itself. The buckle comes with one, and actually the DX set came with another battery, but I'll show that when we do the review for the GabuRevolver. So for the batteries, not really a whole lot to them. They do look really nice though. They do actually have a battery motif. You can see here there's actually a minus and a plus for it. Pretty nicely detailed overall. It has, again, the design of a dinosaur. This one is the GabuTira for Kyoryu Red. I don't think it's going to really... No, I'm not going to try to show it. The way that you see it now, the actual dinosaur in there glows in the dark. So if you get this, hold it under a lamp, take it in a dark room for a minute, and you can see it. Because I have so many lights on right now, it's not going to show. So I'm not going to bother trying. You can see here it has the sticker here for the GabuTira dinosaur. It carries the dinosaur motif the whole way around with the spikes on top here, the mouth there trying to chomp. The action that you get on this one is this button right here. When you press it, it flips around and you get the sparkly version, which from what I can tell so far, it looks like that's what they do when they go to actually change. It starts out kind of like in this depowered kind of base mode, and then once they press the button, you get the glittery, sparkly, ready to kill some monster mode. It works with these pins here on both sides. This is the, it's kind of like the, what am I trying to think of here? Kind of like the Kivat belt, I guess, if you have that. These are going to press different notches inside the revolver's mouth and activate different sounds. And on the back here, you just pretty much get a big slab of color. It says GabuTira. All of them are going to be like that. It's going to have the name for the dinosaur. So that's pretty much it for this. The little action is pretty fun, though. I can kind of actually see that wearing out over time. So do that as much as possible before it does. So that's it for that one. For the other one, same pretty much overall, different dinosaur. And I know the name of it before I started the review, and now I can't remember what it is. So sorry about that. Again, this one is a Stymero belonging what we think so far is the Pink Ranger. That's still kind of to be seen. All the batteries are pretty much going to be the same except for the color and then the actual dinosaur that it shows in there. So here's the sparkly version used for changing and or powering up a weapon, whatever it's going to be used for. So that's it for that. So we'll set the batteries aside here. and we'll bring the revolver in and take a closer look at that. So pretty nice overall, very nicely detailed. Paint apps, as usual, are superb with pretty much all the toys that we get from Bandai Japan. Again, carrying over the motif for the dinosaur, pretty much everything's going to, because that is the theme for this year's Sentai. Actually, let me fix this one. So yeah, that's the dinosaur's mouth open. This is when it's closed. This is actually how it comes. Pretty nice overall. Very, very bright yellow color. Carrying over to that side as well. Nicely detailed on both sides. The action that you're going to get is going to come from the hammer and this lever here. Now, you can use the hammer itself to open the mouth up here, but when you do, it's kind of a hard pull and a hard click. So usually when I do it, I use this lever here. This lever here is used to unlock the features, because when you push the button and you bring the lever up, this is locked. You can't open it without either forcing this hammer open, or using this and pulling it open, or using this in combination with the hammer. So the way that I typically do it is pull this lever here down on the back of the grip, and then you just easily push that down, and it opens it up very easily. I'll display the action on the camera there, so you can see it's pretty much just really easy. You get 2 more buttons in here for the batteries. This button right here will expend the battery in the bottom slot, and this one will expend the battery in the top slot here, which we'll show that off in a minute. It actually does kind of diagram it there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. This one is for the bottom battery. You can see it's got the top one X'd out, and then over here the bottom one's X'd out. The speaker is right here. The only light that you get comes from inside the actual chamber here. That spins and is used for your Henshin, as well as the, what do they call it? Armor up, I think. Armed up. Whatever it is, if you watched episode 2, when Green and Black rolled the revolver on their arm and they got their weapons on the arm, I think that's how they're all going to end up doing it. But it's used for that as well. So we'll go ahead and turn it on, and you'll see the lights and the initial sound when it powers up. Which the switch is over here on this side, by the way, right here. Just go ahead and turn it back around. So you can see your LED comes from in there. That's the only light on the gun, so I'm not going to bother trying to show anything from the front. Considering the speakers right here, which is actually pretty convenient. Hopefully you'll be able to hear everything pretty clearly. And then you get your action from there with the LED in there. So, in order to load a battery, of course, again, you can use this lever, pull the hammer down. When you do that, you get the kind of like a clicking sound, like you're cocking the gun to fire your next shot or whatever. Actually, I'm skipping ahead. Let's not do the batteries yet. You get that sound when you close it without a battery. We should probably take a look first at what the gun sounds like when you fire it. So let's do that, because that would be the smart thing to do. So, pull the trigger. And you're going to get that same sound every time. Doesn't matter if you rapid fire, you're going to get the same exact sound. Nothing changes that. The gun is pretty hefty overall. I'm kind of jumping around here, so sorry about that. The gun is pretty hefty. It's got a very good weight to it. It fits nicely in my hand, especially when you have the GabuRevolver caliber on the front. It gets really kind of front heavy. So, but that's not a bad thing. I'm actually pretty excited that it is such a hefty toy. Yeah. So we'll go ahead now, since we've listened to the actual firing noise, and we'll take a look at the battery. So again, you pop your mouth open there, and we'll go ahead and do the battery for GabuRevolver. So if it's not already done, click it over, put the battery in the bottom here. It will line up. You'll see the spikes will line up kind of with this notch here, right there. Slide that right in there. You'll get kind of a confirmation noise when it's inserted completely. And then the next thing you'll do is just release the lever, push the hammer up. So you hear it kind of says, GabuRevolver. That was an awesome impression. That was awesome. So we'll do that one more time so you can hear it without me talking through it. So now we have a battery in. Again, nothing changes with the firing sound. So the next thing we're going to do is do the Henshin noise. In order to do that, spin your barrel, or the barrel, that's not the barrel, that is the, I just went blank. Spin the chamber here. You get your nice little samba song, and then pull the trigger. Come into focus there. Sorry about that. Do that one more time in focus. Okay. So now that we blew that completely out, let's try this one more time. We'll spin this. You get your samba song for the Henshin. Yeah, so there, now we did it right. So now the next action you're going to get is going to be to spin the chamber again. And when you do, it's going to activate a different samba song, a little bit more of a faster one, which is going to be the what's used for the final attack, or you know, basically their finisher for the revolvers. So we'll do that again. See, the song kind of changes. Vambala, gaboom. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. So that's pretty much it. If you know, you're still going to get the same sound. Nothing changes for that. If you rotate it again, you're going to get the same final attack sound. Trying to turn that off. You're going to get the same final attack sound unless you raise the hammer up and back down. Then you can do the Henshin sound again. But that's pretty much it for that one. I'll go ahead and we'll pop this battery out. So here, hit the lever here. Actually, system out pretty decent. And we'll do the Henshin with the Stymero. It doesn't matter which one you use. You're going to get the same song and whatnot. But, of course, a different name is called out whenever you have the different battery in there. So we'll do the Henshin with Stymero. So it doesn't change no matter which battery you use, except for what's called out at the beginning after you initially, you know, close the mouth on whichever battery you have in there. So we'll go ahead and pop that back out, and you can hear that there. Whenever you pop it out, you get kind of an unloading sound. That little click. Oh, so we'll go ahead and put both batteries in there. Just go ahead and load GabuRevolver back on the bottom. And then we'll do Stymero on top. So when you put two batteries in there, it calls out both of them. It starts with whichever one's on the bottom, and then calls the next one out, whichever one's on top. Now from here, you have a couple different things you can do. You can do the big final attack shot, where it will call out both batteries, and you also can do the arm up. So we'll do the big final attack first. So it kind of calls them both out. Whichever one's on the bottom, it's kind of a more calm call out before doing the one on top, where it's more pronounced, kind of more yelled. And then the next sound that you can do, I'm trying to think of exactly how to activate it. I think you have to do the lever again. It says Metamucha, or Mekamucha. And that's the noise you get for the armor up or armed up. I think it's armed up. I have no idea why I can't remember that. I just watched the episode. But yeah, that's the sound you get for the armed up. It doesn't call out any of the dinosaurs or anything. Just to kind of hear how it does, we'll switch up the GabuRevolver and put the Stymero on bottom. So again, on the bottom, when you get more of a, you know, the calmer call out of the beast, and then the top one, you get the more animated version. It's really cool because you get actually more sounds with it. Because you can do the combination of, you know, any of them once you start getting more batteries, which is awesome because that just adds more playability to the toy. Overall, I think this is a fantastic changer. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm glad I was able to actually get in early to get it, as opposed to, if anybody knows me, I normally am late to the game and getting the toys and things like that. But yeah, definitely an awesome changer. I can't recommend it enough. I think it's really fun, something different. It's not a brace, or thank God it's not a phone again. I'm getting really tired of those. I would love something different, and that's when this came along. So definitely pick this up if you're a fan of the show. If you collect the toys, the changers, which is normally what I collect. I collect the mecha and the changers. Can't go wrong with this one. It's got tons of playability. It looks nice, feels nice, and it's just a really, really cool toy overall. So that's pretty much going to do it for this one. Hopefully we covered everything. If not, I'm sure I'll hear about it. But I hope you enjoyed the review. As always, like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out the blog at riderzero.com. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/riderzero. Once again, thank you for watching the review. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, take care.